What's up everybody, welcome to the channel. Okay, so in today's video I'll be showing you guys a new boom and crash strategy. I'm sorry about the noise outside, it's during the day and people are making a lot of noise. So check this out guys, if you want to make a lot of money trading boom and crash, you need to be following this strategy exactly. So as you guys can see at the bottom, okay, I have the 5 moving average over here, right? And I'll be giving you guys the parameters of the indicators that you need for the strategy right now, and we will also add a few indicators. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is when you trade boom 1000 or crash 1000 and you're using this strategy, because this is a scalping strategy, you need to be checking the trend of the market. Okay guys, now check this out. We can see that crash 1000 was trending in an uptrend over here. Okay, check this out. As you guys can see, crash 1000 was trending in an uptrend, and immediately if we draw a trend line from the bottom, let me just remove that one. If we draw a trend line from the bottom to the top, okay, we can actually see that price decided to break below this trend line. So what does this mean? As soon as price broke below this trend line, okay, as you guys can see, we only look for 2 touches or more, and then we draw a trend line. If you don't know how to draw a trend line, go and check out videos on YouTube. So as you guys can see, here's the breakout. The breakout had happened, right? And after the breakout, what price did was it came back to retest this level over here, and then it went down. Now that we know that boom 1000 is moving in a downtrend, what can we do? We can now go to the 1 minute time frame and look for entries. So as you guys can see on the 1 minute time frame, what you can do is, if you have this indicator on the chart, this is how your parameters are supposed to look like. The relative strength index, the period should be 1, applied to close styles 2 pixel blue, levels 15, 90, 50, 10, and 85. Then you click done. Okay, and then when it comes to your moving average, this is how it's supposed to look like. Your period should be 5, sub 0, method smoothed, apply to close styles 3 pixel black. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have my moving averages on the chart. So what you can do is, if you want to use the moving average alone when you trade boom 1000, what you can do is, okay, you can use this with trend lines, like for example like this. As you guys can see, every time when boom 1000, the indicator at the bottom decides to hit the 90 level over here, okay, what we can see is it goes down. Even though the spikes occurred, we already saw on the 1 hour time frame that the market is moving in a downtrend. But for further confirmation, what you can do is you can take out a trend line, okay, every time when the moving average is the 90 level on boom 1000, you can do this. You look for 2 touches, draw a trend line like this, okay, as you guys can see over here. I didn't draw it correctly, but this is my first touch, and this over here is my second touch. So immediately when I saw my 2 touches, okay, I'm just going to draw it correctly. So you guys can see now, doesn't want to go there, but the thing is this, you guys can draw a trend line, wait for the breakout, and then enter a trade. But that's very easy. But the thing is this, you can also add indicators, right? And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Now as you guys can see over here, boom 1000 was trending in an uptrend over there. We zoom out the chart completely, we drag the screen to the left and the right, okay, and what we can see is if we're drawing a trend line from this level, okay, until there, we can see actually that there was 2 touches. Let me just draw it correctly and zoom in so you guys can see. Over here is my 2 touches, okay. You can draw a trend line like this. If you know how to draw a trend line, this will be very easy for you. Okay, so as you guys can see over there, and then price decided to break below this trend line over here. Okay, and the thing is this, it already showed us that the market is about to reverse since it went in the uptrend on the 1 minute time frame. And the thing about this is, on the 1 hour time frame, it's showing us that the market is currently moving in a downtrend. So that's an extra piece of confirmation. Okay, so check this out, it hit the 90 level, we draw a trend line, wait for the breakout. So immediately when you see the breakout over here, okay, you take an entry. You can take 10 to 15 candles if you have a big account. You can take 2 to 7 candles if you have a small account. So as you guys can see, you can do this over and over again. As soon as the moving average, okay, hit the 90 level, what you can do is you can draw a trend line like this. If you know how to draw a trend line, it will be so much easier for you if you do know how to draw it. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have my 2 touches. Okay, so what you guys can see over here is that price hit the 90 level, okay, it went down, we draw a trend line, we wait for the breakout. So as you guys can see, the breakout happened over here. This is where entry point would have been, okay. Now you can't use a stop loss on boom 1000, as you guys already know. Crash 1000, crash 500, boom 500. Okay, but the thing is this, it just came back to retest that trend line and then it went down. So you guys could have easily have made like 10 to 15 candles. Okay, easy, that's easy. But the thing is this, you do not have to use trend lines if you don't want to. If you don't know how to use trend lines, you can do this instead. So what you're going to do now is you're going to click on the F plus button, click on main chart. Okay, and then you're going to add this moving averages. Now make sure that your first moving averages, the parameter should look like this. The period should be 5, sub 0, methods smoothed, methods simple, apply to close, styles 3 pixel black. Okay, and after what you do that, after adding that moving average, you're going to add another moving average. Now make sure that your parameters are like this. The period should be 7, sub 0, method simple, apply to close, styles 3 pixel red. So as you guys can see, we have two moving averages on the chart. Now every time when a crossover happens and it's at a 90 level, we can see that it goes down. But to make things more better for you guys, you can actually add a bigger moving average. Remember, it's very easy to trade with the moving averages. You don't need to have all those trend lines and stuff like that if you don't want to. You can use indicators on its own, but you first need to check the trend of the market before using the strategy. And let me just change my moving average color. I'm just going to change this to blue. Now make sure that your parameters are like this. Period 50, sub 0, method simple, apply to close, styles 3 pixel blue, and this is how it's going to look like. So as you guys can see, when the moving average, the 5 moving average at the bottom hit the 90 level, we are going to wait. Okay, but before we wait, we zoom out the chart completely, drag the screen to the left and right, zoom in, wait for the breakout. So as you guys can see, the breakout had happened over here, and immediately after the breakout had happened, you guys can see that price is plummeting down to the downside. Okay, so you can do this over and over again. The first thing you have to do is you wait until the moving average at the bottom is the 90 level, but you need to make sure that the moving average doesn't move. Like for example, over here the moving average at the bottom moves. Okay, so you do not want that. You want to make sure that it doesn't move. Now in this case over here, you guys can see the moving average over here does not move. So you drag the screen to the left and right, make sure the chart is zoomed out completely, and you zoom in. So as you guys can see, over here is where we get a crossover. You can take 10 to 15 candles, and even though that spikes occurred, you guys can still see that the market still went down. And the reason for this is because boom 1000 is moving in a downtrend. But if it moves in an uptrend, you're not going to use a strategy at all, because that means that the market will not respect your indicators. Because remember, the moving averages and indicators like that likes to repaint. So only use a strategy on boom 1000 when boom 1000 is trending in a downtrend on a higher time frame. Like for example over here, check this out. The moving average is at the 90 level. We zoom out the chart completely, we drag the screen to the left and right to check if the moving average doesn't move. So as you guys can see, the moving average over here doesn't move. Now what we do is we zoom in the chart, we wait for the breakout because we already saw our first confirmation. And our other confirmation is that the market is moving in a downtrend. So immediately when you see this crossover over here, what you're going to do is you're going to take a trade. You guys could have easily taken like 10 to 15 candles, small accounts 2 to 7 candles. Look at all of the candles you could have taken if you had a big account. But the thing is this, I only tell you guys this is because you are going to tell yourself how many candles you want, okay, how many candles you want to take. But the best thing is to take 2 to 7 candles with a small account, and with a big account you can take 10 to 15 candles, right? So check this out. It's very easy, guys. The only thing you have to do is determine the trend on the 1 hour time frame, go to the 1 minute time frame, add these indicators, and if you don't want to use these indicators, you can use a trend line. Okay, so you're going to do the exact opposite on crash 1000 and crash 500. Okay, so check this out, guys. We're in crash 1000 at the moment. So what you want to do on crash 1000 is you want to make sure that the market is moving in an uptrend. But in this case, crash 1000 is moving in a downtrend. But let's just say that crash 1000 is moving in an uptrend. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the 1 minute time frame. Okay, and if it hits the 10 level over here, the moving average at the bottom, you can either draw a trend line like this, okay, and take an entry, or you can use the moving averages. Now the first thing you have to do is make sure that the chart is zoomed out completely if crash 1000 is moving in an uptrend on the 1 hour time frame. Then you zoom out the chart, drag the screen to the left and right. If it does this over here, okay, you draw a trend line, okay, or you use the moving averages. Now let's just say, for example, crash 1000 is moving in an uptrend. What you can do is you're going to wait for the crossover, and this is where the crossover happens, you can take 10 to 15 candles on a big account and 2 to 7 candles on a small account. But only do this when Crash 1000 is moving in an uptrend. Like in this example, Crash 1000 is moving in a downtrend. So the entries I've just showed you guys is invalid because you guys can see a lot of spikes is happening, right? And I don't want you to blow your account. That's why I'm telling you guys all the things you have to do with the strategy. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. If you find any value in this video, do not forget to smash the like button, join my free WhatsApp group, and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you.